Hello everyone and welcome back. In this video we are going to be applying colors to specific elements on the page, and those elements being the keywords smile, give, and love, and then repositioning those elements. The design that we're looking for, or we've been working on implementing, is this particular design. So this is the net effect of all our efforts, and what we're looking to do once again is to apply the color or shade of purple to smile and move it over, kind of center it, as well as give, assign it a color and move it over. Same with love, and then ultimately kind of have this feeling of wrapping around the bouquet. Okay, bouquet is a really unique picture, and I thought it would be interesting to create some sort of flow through the bouquet into the quote. So that's the ultimate design. We also created, and by we, Key and I had created the Newbie and the Pro, which please feel free to subscribe, to follow. And this is a place where Key and I are uploading the Instagram posts that we do create for the workshops and just things on our own. Things like, I always like this one, Without the Rain, there'd be no rainbow. Looks really nice and unique. This one really also beautiful. That was Kia designed that one. Really interesting fonts. Love it. So, feel free, come here, take a look. But this is the design that we're aiming for. So let's go back. And the first thing that I want to do is assign classes to specific elements on the page. And classes in the world of CSS and HTML allow us to target specific elements and assign custom CSS that can be applied to one or more elements on the page. So in this case, we have 3 elements, smile, give, and love, that in essence are all going to be unique in the respect that they have specific colors associated with them. Okay, so I'm going to go to the span up here that contains smile. I'm going to put a space and I'm going to say class, and I'm going to make that equal to, we're going to give it a name. Now, I'm going to say smile. Since that's the word that I'm targeting, it could have just as well been purple. You can call this whatever you want. We could call it purple, but I know I'm targeting this particular color. So I am going to use smile right here. Okay. I'm going to do the same thing with give. I'm going to assign a class and we'll say give, and I'm going to go down to love and assign a class love. So I have my 3 classes assigned, and now I can go into CSS and write out the rule declarations for those classes. So in order to create a class, you use a dot that targets a class, and then the class name. So smile is the class, and then an opening and closing curly brace. Now, I want to assign a color, so I use the color property, and the color that I want to assign is this shade of purple. So I'm just going to copy that and paste it, and then end the rule declaration with a semicolon. And so I've targeted smile. And I can do the same for give, right? And add a color, grab this, copy paste it, and the rule declaration. And the last one is love. Color. Let's grab the rule. Just move this up a little bit. Grab this and apply apply it, and we should have all the colors assigned. Now, one thing that I want to point out or introduce you to is how I came about choosing those specific colors. One thing that I try to do in the designs, sometimes, not always, is to elicit colors from the image itself. So this image really has some unique and beautiful colors. Shades of purple right here, which is a shade of purple that I used for Smile. The yellowish color, which I pulled from the daffodil, and then Love, which I pulled from one of these leaves. There's other really unique, beautiful colors like this blue up here or the red. I was considering even changing Love to be more of one of these shades of red. So there's a tool that I use to elicit those colors, and the tool is a Chrome extension, and it's called Colorzilla. So you can go to Colorzilla, Chrome extension, and you can add it. I've already added it, and it's going to look like this little icon here once installed. So you take a moment, install it. Let's go back, and I'm going to go to Colorzilla and click on it, and I'm going to pick a color from a page, and I can already see that it's active. So if I hover over the reds, I can see that color really pop, or the blues. I'm going to go to the purples, and I'm going to try to find, it is delicate at times to find the right spot that has the shade. It's not pulling the colors as I thought it would. Maybe let's see. I pulled it from here. Maybe I pulled it from there. No, I definitely pulled it from here. Just surprised it's not giving me the color shades that I wanted. All right. I'm just going to choose that. That's definitely not the color. We can clearly see that that's not the color. But if I go to color picker, I can see there's the color. And then I can use this tool to adjust the color. So I know it's somewhere up here. I know the color was somewhere around here, right? So I could use this to get me the color, and I don't know where it is. I'd have to play around with this until I get it somewhere here, maybe a little bit less. I think it's around the C9. So what I'm trying to do is see the hex CC9. I'm looking here C99. So I would have to play around with this. I could go here and just type in C99 CD5, and that lands me on that particular shade of color. Sometimes the tool works better than others, and it could be the original image. I was able to elicit that color. So that's one color, and you can save it. If I go back to taking a look at the picked color history, you can clearly see that we have this color has been chosen. And I did the same for Give and Love. So again, I can try to do it again, and let's take a look. This one looks like it's going to be a better, right? This looks like, boom. And if we go up here and we take a look at pick color history, somewhere in the vicinity, I think it would be a lighter shade. And at times I did take the color and change it to be the shade that I really wanted it to be. So that's what I was trying to do. I am, just for the sake of it, going to try to switch it up and maybe do that red, because I think this red is beautiful, like that shade of red. Just to show you in real time what I'm doing here. Here's the shade. That's the shade of red. Here is that shade. So let's take this. Let's go here. And for Love, I'm going to comment that out so I keep it. If I want it for later, I can always go back to it, and I'm going to add that. Let's see. Oh, we need the pound sign because it's a hex color. And there we go. And I have to be honest, I think I like that color better. So we're going to keep it. So now that we have our colors assigned, we need to position the text more so to the left, right? Center, position it around the bouquet. So we're going to use margin to do that. Now there's several ways to do this, and I'm going to just show you one specific way. So I'm going to say for smile, I'm going to say margin right, and I am going to give it a 105 pixels, and that's going to push it to the right. Okay, and by that I mean this. I'm going to go to Developer Tools, which you can easily access going to the three icons up here, More Tools, and Developer Tools. There's a shortcut. It's taking the long way for now. And I can highlight the element. So I'm going to select an element on the page, and I'm going to go here, and what you can see, at least there's two color shades that represent that this element is being highlighted. The one shade of kind of blue represents that that's the element and its content, and the brown is margin. So if I click on it, it takes me into the styles, and I can see that margin is applied, and if I uncheck it, it moves over. If I recheck it, it moves. So that's one way to play around with styles. There's also a computed tab here that allows me to examine the box model of an element, which includes its margin. And I can see that the margin has 105 pixels. To the right, no margin has been assigned for top, left, or bottom. Okay, so just really cool tools that you will use in this development process. I won't close it, I'll leave it open because we might go and investigate. So I'm going to position give. I'm going to do the same thing, margin right. And for this, obviously if I do 105 pixels, it's just going to be pushed over just like that. So once again, because the word is less or has one less character, it doesn't push over as much. All right, 4 letters, 5 letters. So the S, if this was 5 letters, give would have been pushed all the way here. So pushing it the same amount just gives it that unique appearance. I'm going to go to love. And for love, if we do margin right, we have to extend it just a little bit more, because if I do 105 pixels, well, then it's not quite where I want it to sit, because I want it to line up with smile. So I'm going to increase this. Now, another way to do this, to increase it and to play with the size, I'm going to go back to Developer Tools here. This is a really unique way of doing this, is I'm going to select an element. I'm going to select love. I'm going to go back to styles. Now, let me pull this up just a little bit. And in styles, I have margin right here. Now, if I click on it, I can move up. I can scroll my mouse up. I can scroll it down, and I can adjust it kind of dynamically without having to type in those numbers and adjust it one number at a time by typing it in. I can just scroll up and be a little more fluid. So 118 looks pretty good. I think I had it set at 120. So let me just take a look and see. Yeah, it looks like 100, 118, 120. Visually, I think it's the same. And I'm going to kind of stick with that for now. So looks good. Our design looks really good. And there you have it. We've taken our previous design, added colors, unique colors that were elicited from the bouquet itself. And, we can adjust the shades to our desired visual specifications. And then we moved the text over to where we felt looked like it kind of flowed from the bouquet. Hope you liked the video, and if you did, please subscribe, as well as subscribe to the Newbie and the Pro Instagram site that we have, and all the best.